Hi, today is Tuesday the 17th of November 2020 and I didn't do a video yesterday, so I had a lot of things to do, and by the time I've been out in the wide world and been on missions literally, I was wiped out, so I let it go. Yellow spectral human, that's the key. So yesterday there we were on yellow spectral human, which is the 12th mind sign and a key day for me. So I was really working on doing all my pattern recording and creating a new PDF to go deeper. So it was when I was 41 in 2006. So yeah, an interesting year, because in 2007, that's when I started all my holistic training and started making a shift into a different way of being. So yesterday we had the moon in Sagittarius waxing, and I've picked Sagittarius at 11 degrees, so that was at 11 o'clock. A string of pearls, everything seems equal to everything else. Life coming in at such an angle of perception that it always leads to the same places. What goes around comes around. Characteristic observations, pet phrases, cliches, truisms. Becoming aware that everything makes perfect sense, that it all fits together as naturally as can be, and that all you have to do is pay attention. There is a second, deeper lesson, elusive and baffling, that may ultimately prove to be centered around who is the observer, and what is that special ingredient they put in there that makes everything so self-evident. If the world is right there for the asking, the self remains an enigma, an unknown, a territory yet to be mapped out or rendered commonsensical. So yesterday, letting go day, and in terms of astrology of what was happening yesterday, we had the beginning of Venus square Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn. So I'll speak more about that in a mo, because that continues until the end of this wave spell. So I'll come back to that in a moment. And I'll come back to what it is for today as well. So yesterday was Hestia, goddess, and gentleness. Bless the house I live in. May the fire of love and tranquility burn brightly in my house and my heart. And the card that we got yesterday was Red Earth, which was the previous 52-day cycle, and also will be coming up. So further down the line, we will be having, let's see that, move that down. Red Earth will be coming up in the next wave spell. So that's another way that you can look at it. You can go backwards, you can go forwards, you can also look at specifically, very specifically, what that is for you. And so when it is that day, I will be speaking about that, because that's a magical day of alchemy. Four of Cups in Thoth, again, something that if you watch the videos, you'll see that comes up for me a lot. The structure of emotion, luxury. So again, it's remembering that everything is a movable feast. We're here to change and learn. And so nothing stays the same, otherwise it becomes stagnant. But often our behaviours stay the same and we keep repeating the same old, hoping that we're going to get a different outcome. Yesterday, I went to have a bioresonance reading, and it's something that I haven't done for quite a long time. So it was great to meet up with Sarah and to have that done, and to revisit the last time I had that done and what I was going through then. So I've been reading up on a lot of supplements, back flower remedies as well, And again, this is one of the key things that comes up for me is intellectually, I know things. Biologically, I'm still wired doing the same conditioned behaviour. And we keep doing it until eventually we wear it out and we don't do it anymore. That's one outcome. Or we keep doing it for the rest of our life. And generally speaking, we get ill because of that. So very key to pay attention to what patterns we have, why we do them as a human being, and how to let them go. So that was yesterday. Also had a trip out down memory lane, revisiting a bank, and I won't name them. Going through a process that I've been through before, back at the bank crash time. And so again, this was just really, really key for me, because this spiral comes up to that time, 2008, and my self-empowerment process. So yeah, yesterday, let's just say we had some challenges around paperwork, etc. And focusing on what you want to create and being able to be confident and assertive and stay in your centre is key. So again, we're having a lot of experiences that are amplified now because of time, for example. So everything takes more time. We don't know whether things are going to be open. We've got less staff on, all of that sort of thing. So what used to be a simple task is now becoming more and more complicated, and it's more confusing, and we're not sure anymore as to if we go to this place, we're not sure what's going to happen all the time because something else may happen. So that's really what's coming up, isn't it, for people on the planet? And at the moment, it's a time of amazing, amazing change. So on to today, which is Red Crystal Skywalker. So the task of the human being who is doing the Quetzalcoatl process, who is doing the rejuvenation, rebirth, remapping, rewiring, and the planet is Mars, East, what's coming to light, all red signs are about awakening. So today is about how clear are we about what creates heaven on earth for us as an individual, because that's our mission impossible should we choose to honour it now. And so we know a lot of what's creating hell for us at the moment, and as in restrictions on the planet. And maybe it's not hell for you, maybe it's not hell for some people, that they're actually enjoying that process of not doing what they've always done, maybe as in a job, or so there's aspects of it that are giving us some really amazing insights. So I'm just going to shuffle the goddess cards and see what we get for today. It could be that a person is finding it hell on earth being stuck in their house and not being able to go out to work. Another person equally could be enjoying it. So, it's really a potent time to be focusing on awareness. We've got Mercury in Scorpio at the moment, and we've still got the moon waxing in Sagittarius, and so it's crossing over the galactic center in terms of the degree. So this is where new stars are made. So it's an exciting time, because this is what's going to be coming up when we go into Sagittarius soon. Okay, so we've got Astarte again. Ascension. As you descended to earth as a blazing star, allow me to ascend to the heaven you left, strengthened by your power and your wisdom. So again, it's remembering when we do the cards that they show us our personal holograph. And so each of us has a holographic footprint, blueprint, fingerprint, whatever you want to call it, pattern. And so For example, when you have a bioresonance reading, it will show the pattern that you are, and it will give a printout as to what supplements you can take. And so one of mine is white chestnut, but I actually looked at something else by accident. I thought, that's really key as well, which is the bud of the chestnut. And that is around letting go of doing behaviours that are no longer serving you, rather than just thinking the thoughts. So I ordered that as well. Okay, so I'm just doing my own oracle now, just shuffling away as I'm speaking. So there we go, dreamer and the dreamed. So again, very much about the moon degree that I was talking about just a moment ago for yesterday. So remembering that we are here to be the embodiment of the divine and to be a conscious dreamer. So learning how to do that. Thoth cards, I'm just going to pick one of those. Okay, so what have we got for today? The Chariot. Okay, one of my favourite cards. So this is really key to seeing deeply. Now again, I'll post a link for this. This is so much information. So again, it's just what I've said, the conscious dreamer, the dreamer and the dreamed. So the dreamer and the dreamed, as I see it, there is already a dream planned. So we've got a plan from the divine, we've got a human evolution, and that's what this is all about, is giving us guidance as to what that plan is. So we've got to get in alignment with the new codes, we've got to create heaven on earth and trust that we will do that when we align with these new codes. And okay, so you may say, so what about all this stuff that we're going through? What about the past? And that's all part of the process to create heaven on earth more and more. So we have to go through what creates hell, basically, and understand it, be an expert on it, stop doing it, heal it, start doing something else. Because we've been in this power struggle, this slavery code for thousands of years, this is embedded in our consciousness. This is embedded literally in our DNA, in our family patterning. And although it is incredibly complex, the human being who's ready to do this conscious evolution knows what their stuff is, because it will have kept repeating, it will be painful, it will have created ill health, because all of this does. When we're living out of alignment with truth, we have ill health. So again, a lot of things that have been coming up for me have been around my spleen, not venting my spleen in a lot of ways, tapping on stuff instead, and anger, you know, what's come up, frustration, and having to live a certain way that is out of alignment with truth, I believe. Certainly out of alignment with my truth, a lot of it. And I've seen a lot of this before in personal relationship and work relationship. And yeah, been around the block a few times at 55. So yeah, but again, it's that, well, you know, we have to keep going until we come out the other side. Keep taking the small steps, keep working on ourselves, have faith. So today, the 17th, and I'm going to put in at 12 o'clock 42, which is the exact time of now. So you can put this in the calculator. And we have got, as we speak, we have got Sagittarius waxing moon at 20 degrees. Today. Okay, so I'm going to read you that. The changing of water into wine. The accustomed round of events is a setup and a springboard into what we hope to find when we search and strive. The basic circle of common experience is the indispensable container for miracles to be born. The ongoing continuum of life takes through itself the innovative and the visionary and offers the arena for the action to reach across to everybody. The ordinary is ecstatic, with promise fertile, with worlds beyond, and almost all of it makes itself felt gently and intrinsically, enhancing all budding possibilities and prophetic of a new earth to be inhabited every day in full sense embrace is ravishingly part of the mix. Nice. Okay. So lots of things happening around the world, lots of things crumbling down now, lots of awareness coming up. And so this is really, really key. So all of this has had to happen for that to happen. That's the other thing, isn't it? You know. Okay, so November the 15th, we had new moon in Scorpio. So we're working with that energy now. So that's waxing moon. So it's a great time to focus on health, actually, to focus on getting in alignment with what needs to die so that you can live in a healthier way. November the 17th, so that's today, isn't it? Mercury's opposite Uranus. So we go back to Halloween when we had the full moon in Taurus. So today we have got Mercury is opposite Taurus, meaning our higher self, our God self, messenger of the gods, is opposite Uranus in Taurus, which it was at the full moon. So again, what's coming to light around bullshit? What needs to die? How do we get into truth now? At 8 degrees. So again, really, really key day for me because my moon in Taurus is at 8 degrees. So again, the more you know about your chart, the more it will start to illuminate your mission in this lifetime. So revelations, because Uranus is the light bringer, what brings light in Taurus. And so Taurus energy, Isis, it is what it is, no bullshit, practical, down to earth, and no delusions, no illusions. Let's cut to the chase and get the truth. So yesterday we had Venus square Jupiter, Pluto and Saturn, and this continues till the 19th. So this continues until, so what are we on today? 17th. 18th. So yeah, for the new wave spell starting, which is the blue coming up, we have Venus squares Jupiter, Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn, and so Venus in Libra. So again, what needs to come into balance, what needs to come around maturation of the shadow. Jupiter, Pluto and Saturn on one level is the disciple, being disciplined, patriarchy, practical, grounded steps. Also going to bring up what isn't truth and grounded and harmonious as well. So soon we will be done with this energy. You know, soon this will be changing. And all of these planets will be going into Aquarius, Jupiter, Pluto and Saturn at the winter solstice. So we're working through a very tight, literally birthing tunnel now that's taking us into a different space. So the more that we do the inner work, and the more that will create a huge shift for us. So just to go back to the Chariot. Just came in now. And again, I'll put a link on here. Huge amount of information. So it's number 7 as a major arcana. And if you look, if you go and look on this particular website, which is elitarotstrikingly.com, he has a large image and you can see the detail in these cards. It is just breathtaking. So basically the Chariot really is about the soul that's within us. So again, perfect for today. How much of our soul are we embodying? How much of our soul can we hear? Are we still listening to a lot of old story around childhood wounding? Or are we able to transcend that now, literally, and walk the talk? So it has at the front the guardians of the chariot. So this is all about the soul on its journey into manifestation. And this is key to Red Skywalker. This is what we're here to do, is to learn from all our ancestors and to use their wisdom, because, hey, we're here, we survived, and let go of anything that is unhealthy around that survival. That means that we can't really be who we are. So we want to thrive, we want to be happy, we want to be full of joy, we want to be having intimacy with people who are also honest and truthful and not playing mind games and not doing power play and are evolved people. So this is ruled by the sign of Cancer. And so again, this is really key to mothering, nurturing what the Great Mother is bringing us. And that our soul is always protected because we are an eternal being in that sense. So this eternal being comes into this human being's lifeline, timeline story. And so we're really, really learning what has created wounding. We're learning what doesn't serve us as people. And now is the time to really start to work with this. So this also corresponds to the High Priestess. So again, the more that we come into our intuition and let go of our conditioned mindset, and the more we can embody our spirit and trust our gut. And so again, understanding how our gut works with its own wisdom, with its own mind. Very key to what we eat and what we put in our gut as well, and key to emotional freedom technique, because tapping here, this is the small intestine. So huge amount of information that you can read about there, should you choose to. I'm just going to cut down there to the bottom. So what does it mean? Experiencing health, success, triumph and victory, all of which shall be a combination of stillness and activity. So again, with a chariot, it's sort of like knowing when to hold your horses. Literally, hold your chariot still, rest, recuperate. It's what the dark half of the year is about. Rejuvenation. So letting our energy rebuild, caring for ourselves, nurturing ourselves. And so in the next 7 weeks or 7 months, making changes to the job, home, or travel. So it is getting into that balance, isn't it, of being in the home. Home is the sanctuary. Does it feel like a sanctuary to you? Has it felt like a sanctuary to you? If not, why not? Go deeper into self-inquiry and look at the changes that you need to make. Maybe that's changes for you on your own, if it's you in your own home, on your own. Maybe it's changes that you need to make with your family, your children, your wider family, your friends, whoever you live with. Maybe you want to live with somebody and you haven't been able to up to now. So whatever it is for you, that's the key to really start to work with that energy now. Because during the dark half of the year, the more that we work in the inner world, by the time we get to the spring equinox, then literally we will have changed our personal hologram. So I hope you have an amazing day today, seeing where you've got heaven on earth and enjoying it. And lots of love to you all. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.